together and help each other, a dollar here, a dollar there, we could do it. We have self-contractors out there would take this and if I was a Smith or a Jones or somebody in Annville, I would like to give back to the park. I played Little League Baseball there. I had swimming coaches from the old YMCA. Reuben Kreiser, none of you, probably some of you might know him. He was a mentor for me.
Mhm.
You know, I go up there today and I see a lot of riffraff, a lot of bull. I think this is only going to bring more negativity to the negativity we already have in the city. We have a place over here at the YMCA. I never see anyone open up that gate for them kids. I see a lot of kids mad out there, getting in trouble. We have babies. Let's start with a baby pool first and get together as a community instead of worrying about this. That pool is, I don't want to look back to those who gave so much for that pool and had so much fun and moved on. Now you can't come back. I can't be back here to bring my family. And I'm a Cedar alumni, I lived in high school. But everything she says is right. I mean, she's on. Sometimes we got to make a decision what we have to do. I got kids. My kid has friends. Churches want to go swimming. On a hot day, I don't want to ride a bike. I want to go swimming. I want to read a book. Maybe get on a cell phone. I can't be on a bike and cell phone and ice cream at the same time. And I want to be an entertainer sometimes too. What about July 4th when it's super hot? You know, and I don't know. I wish all well.
Okay. We thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
Any other comments from the public? I know that this Samba Association has a really fine reputation, and they have worked well within the central Pennsylvania community and have done excellent results, and I believe we can have a great association with them.
May I add something? Sir, just to let you know, where this proposed bicycle playground would go is not where the pool is. It would be adjacent to it, and in the very near future, the city will have some public input on what would go in place of the pool. So whether it would be a splash pad, which,
They used to have diving boards in this, you know.
yeah, and for liability reasons, those are gone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I fell on a diving board already. I mean, my friend over there, Mr. Morales, he remembers the
Yeah.
times we had back then. You know, it was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah, just in case you're not aware, at the December council meeting, it was decided to demolish the pool because of the expenses that would need to be incurred, and looking at attendance over a period of time, it just didn't really justify. And additionally, what really I think made it somewhat easier to make the decision, sir, was that it's an above-ground pool, and it's the body of the pool is made out of rebar, and it's rusting internally, and chunks of concrete are falling off of the rebar. And to fix that,
Well, we have a city building and maintenance people to do that. Why aren't we
they
doing
can't do that. They can't do that. So the cost, it really is at a point where the age has just outlived its really life expectancy, unfortunately, with the materials that were used in the 20s and things like that.
I just think there's a lot of majority swimmers rather than bike riders.
Yeah. Well, again, we're proposing to look at possibly a splash pad and things like that. You know, we still haven't given up on a possibility of a partnership with the YMCA, but right now, you know, due to some funding changes, and I don't know if that will ever come to be, but it's something that, you know, both of our doors, I think, I could speak at least for that our doors are always open for a future discussion. And those things will come to play when we start looking at a feasibility study and some more public input.
Generation, maybe the next generation.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions from the public? Okay. Would you call the vote on this?
Mrs. Keller?
Yes.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Mr. Wertz?
Yes.
Chairman Carey?
Yes, resolution number 2, so moved. Okay. Okay. That completes the formal agenda for tonight. Does council have anything to share for the good of the city? Questions, comments?
I do have a question. I know that we're coming upon census season, and you had mentioned that at the last meeting. Is there a plan? I know that we have like a Everyone Counts committee or something like that through the city, but what are the initiatives that are taking place toward the count day, which is April 1st?
That's the official census
Right.
day. And what was the question? What is the official
What are the
plan?
initiatives that we have in place in order to ensure an accurate account?
Well, we're doing a lot of public outreach. The committee, we're posters, and again, this part right now is education and outreach, and forming partnerships with agencies where we think we'll see a large volume of people who we believe are certain individuals that we need to work a little harder to reach. We are getting posters and the educational materials put into Spanish as well as English. But some of our partners are Lebanon Family Health Services. We're reaching out to the elderly housing complexes and the nursing homes, the schools. Lebanon Transit. We're looking at putting a message on the bus. Yeah, Juntes de Lebanon, Guadalupe is really working hard and putting a lot of work into reaching the Hispanic population through Juntos.
Did we consider using commercials on the radio with the new Latino radio station? Had you met with them?
Yes, actually, when I had a conversation with them on the day of their ribbon cutting about possibly doing some things like that. So I need to, once we kind of square up, square up our plan, yeah.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
on our committee,
Yeah.
and we pretty much talk weekly, pretty often.
Okay, good. I just knew that you had mentioned that the Northwest Quadrant was
Yeah.
a low count
Yes.
region, and that would help reach them, so obviously. And then, is there anything that we, as members of council, can do to help with the efforts for counting?
Mm.
We could just get them the educational material that we're sharing, that way you'd have it.
Okay.
I think,
We have like a frequently asked questions sheet too, that, people ask, about confidentiality, just different things.
Okay,
Yeah,
that would be
I think
good.
is, the talking points, if we can just keep spreading the talking points, and probably one of the most important ones is that it is confidential, that I know there are some families that have two families living in one home, and although that shouldn't be because of overcrowding, and they probably most likely do not meet, the minimum habitable area per person, or, per person in a bedroom, but this does not, any answer that you give, they're not going to come back to the city and say, oh, this address, they have overcrowding issues.
Mhm.
We don't see that. We don't see it at all. I mean, it's completely confidential. And again, it's just to give us an accurate count, because a lot of the funding from the state and feds really is based on the information that's generated from the complete count.
Right, okay. Right.
These documents, whether they're the FAQs or any other paraphernalia, can they be put on the city website so we can access them there and we can just direct people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that'd be helpful.
I think even as council people or just citizens, whether you're talking in a group or if we just keep talking it up, it would be a really big help, just to make people understand that the importance, if anybody doesn't sign up, or, we can't count them, they only hurt themselves. Because all types of funding and federal, state, all that is all based on these numbers. So we need to have the right number to be able to get the maximum benefit from it. So if you're at if you're at work and talking to people, talk to your neighbors, make sure they know. Talk at church about it. Just kind of spread the word.
The website, the Pennsylvania Counts 2020 website, lists February as the start of the motivation and action phase, so that's why I asked.
Right, if you go.
If we have action items.
Tonight I took a picture over at the Hobby Restaurant on 9th Street, there's a poster in the window. A lot of the Spanish restaurants have
Oh,
posters
good.
where they have bulletin boards like in them.
Good.
You know,
We've been really pushing that a
we-
lot, and the school district's been doing a lot of educational with their students too.
And we'll be, having computers set up at the Multicultural Festival, at the school, the library, and again, some other partners have,
Yeah, Modesto Lebanon will have some,
Mhm.
Lebanon Travel, yeah, there's some different locations that will have computers that will be available.
because the easiest way is to do it online.
Mhm.
And some people don't have access to a computer, so we'll have several locations where you can have a computer and have
Okay.
access to a computer.
Good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
And really, people not being put in the count covers a wide range of people, because there's a lot of elderly people that don't
Yeah.
want to write anything down, don't want to, don't bother me or whatever, and they're only hurting themselves too for
Right.
funding that's available for us.
Mhm.
And again, the frustrating part, because it also is important what count our county, has. We need to make sure our county has an accurate count. And so far, Lebanon City is the only local municipality that has established a complete count committee. No other local municipality has done that, and it's a little sad, that no one is.
So it's not a requirement for them to establish one? Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions for the good of the city from council? I do have a few things I just want to share quickly, and Mayor, maybe you can help me too. I want to encourage everyone to check the city website for whenever we resume street sweeping. It will be posted there.
Mhm.
So if you kind of bounce into that site every now and then, you'll be alert for when
So
street
we'll-
sweeping resumes.
We'll probably be making a decision tomorrow on a date. But, well, I'll wait.
So that nobody complains about making a donation to the city. So that'll be out there. And I did see that the sweeper was moving around a little bit, which was great.
Yeah, with the warmer weather, we were like, I had asked Robin if she could get the guys out and just
Thank you.
at least do areas where there are no vehicles.
Yep, because I saw it was doing it and it looked great. Thank you. Also, we want to remind you to check the city website. We are live streaming, sometimes with voice and sometimes not.
It's all working now.
It's all working great. Okay, thank you. And want to remind everybody too, there's so many different things happening and alive in the city, but next Friday is March 6th, and it is First Friday in downtown Lebanon. And if you haven't taken advantage of this, there's lots of great things to do. Entertainment, meals, food. Boy, it's all there. The Arts Council's doing a great job. So take advantage and come down and see what First Friday is. You'd be surprised. Okay. Any questions from media?
I have a bunch of questions about the bike trail.
Sure.
I can wait.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Any questions from the public?
Again, I'm Ronald, if you need any help doing any, picking up paper, then, I can get some people together.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well then, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
You hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good evening.
I did see it.